put dead ladies through glass. Have you ever noticed that?
I'll say we even discussed that on Sleepless because you were pissed that
Sleepless.
didn't happen.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the tropes of his early work. The score, the Goblin score, is among their best.
I would say so. That was my ringtone for like a year.
Even though it's like highly derivative of the score from Rosemary's Baby, also about witchcraft. Still great. It's like, a proggy goblin ode to that score in a way.
Yeah, but there's one more film ahead that we'll be discussing that I think has like just as good of a soundtrack.
My next one, Randy's gonna disagree, but it's still up high on my list. Was it 17?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Videodrome. We've covered this, and
still have not seen it.
It's within the top 20. I'll allow it.
You gave this a 10. This is the first 10 on the podcast. Was this movie?
It's a 10 for me, for sure.
I'm getting up there with my 10s. I don't know. We covered it before.
And I'm going to be talking about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
All right, my number 17, Reanimator. Herbert West, fucking Jeffrey Combs' performance of that is just fucking fantastic. Probably like one of the greater adaptations of H.P. Lovecraft, even though it was like a really, really short story.
Yeah. Almost everything that's been adapted by Lovecraft is a fairly short story.
That is true. But yeah, it's just a great horror comedy in general. The effects are amazing. Barbara Crampton, dear God, love Barbara Crampton.
I don't know if I'd quite... I mean, it has its humorous moments.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it in the vein of American Werewolf and Return of the Living Dead.
No, I'll say, but it is a horror comedy just because of some of
it has
some of Herbert
some
West's
black humor
things.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a dark humored movie.
I like the fucking... Every time I see it, the pencil snap scene towards the beginning.
Yep. Snap.
Mr. West, I suggest you get yourself a pen.
He's so neurotic and upset that like the fucking teacher's teaching bullshit. I love that.
I love his letter later. Cat dead, details later.
Yeah.
I just fucking love that.
Number 16 for me is William Lustig's 1980 Maniac.
Wow, still lower than I expected.
Yeah, it worked its way out of my top 10.
Wow.
I did have it at number 10, but I had to shuffle some stuff around, and it's really great. It's a lot of people mistake it for a slasher, but it just kind of has a lot of the tropes of a slasher. Not really a slasher, more of like a character study and like a serial killer-esque,
Yeah, it's the POV of the serial killer.
Yeah, I'll say
it's like one of the first ones I can think of in that era and genre.
You just watch his fucking mental breakdown.
That like Spinell he loved that. He wanted to do so many sequels of that because like he actually I'm not saying he's a fucking a method actor or whatever, but he actually like studied. He turned something really big down just to do this on a low budget.
Yeah, and he used his own money, like part of his own money, to fund this. Like,
he had been in a lot of he'd been in Taxi Driver, Godfather, and like I don't know if Rocky had happened before this, but he had
it did.
A fairly big role in Rocky. He was like Rocky's fucking boss or landlord or some shit. I don't know. A lot of people call his scripts really misogynist, but it's
a serial killer. I mean, that's what they do. It is
misogynist, and it's not like a glorification of this. There's no glorification of this character. He's a scummy, disgusting, filthy fucking animal, and
and he gets his comeuppance too.
It shows that throughout.
And he's going for what is considered the weaker sex at that time when they're alone in the dark with no one around.
Yeah, Scott, it sounds like you've planned this.
Not gonna say I have.
That was Randy's?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We've covered this before.
Yeah, Savini,
go back and listen to the first slasher one. Actually, that one I put we were at Randy's and the fucking fridge was like humming. Yeah. So I put like the scores in the background.
And that score in that movie is great too.
Yeah. My number...
actually, just a little quick. Old Anchor Bay tin for that actually comes with a cool bonus disc of the score in the shape of Spinell's face.
Oh, nice.
When he's like strangling the woman and all like...
Not in the shape of it.
Yeah, no, it's a shaped disc in the shape
CD.
of... Yeah.
How does that even run in like a computer?
Animal House had that too.
You can only use
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can only use those on the ones that have like the
spindle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I have a few shaped discs.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. That'd be fucking cool.
That's really great.
All right, my next one, I know Randy already named this. I don't even know if it's on Scott's list, but 1973, The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not on mine. I
Oh,
said
that's right.
Exorcist 3.
Yeah, he didn't even put it on his list, which fucking is an insult.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I
That
know
movie is...
Okay, Exorcist 3 is great. What doesn't work for you in The Exorcist?
Randy's being edgelord.
Yeah, no,
You're
I'm not,
contrarian.
I'm not just trying to be. I knew you were going to throw that word out there. I'm not just trying to be contrarian here. It's I don't know. It's kind of bloated. It has some. I don't know.
You can make the argument with fucking part 3 then. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of shit that fucking was just slowly building up to something. There's a lot of
I guess what
trying to get people to care about these characters too much.
It's my weakness as an ex-Catholic that's kind of doing this one in. Like, there's a lot of fucking gaudy, Jesus-y fucking bullshit happening in here.
But that works for this film.
It's the fucking context of the film.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is, and it's still. I still give The Exorcist like probably.
But it's not even in your top 100.
You're saying that like it's glorifying religion too much, and you don't like they're using the power of religion to be evil, and you don't like that.
A little bit, yeah, and like there's a cut of Exorcist 3 that
Legion
even takes a lot of that out of the.
Is that the new reissue? They're called Legion.
Yeah,
it's just called Legion.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Well, that's the name of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Exorcist. I really do. And it has like some of the most quotable dialogue in horror history and some of the best effects and performances. Like Dick Smith's effects are incredible. And Max von Sydow is great. Really, really great.
Oh, Linda Blair's performance for being a little kid is really good.
Yeah,
one of the best ones I can think of.
As like a physical actor or whatever.
Yeah, just to fucking scream that shit out like that she does. Like,
well, a lot of that stuff wasn't even her. It was like overdubbed from someone else.
No, I know the overdubbing, but she still actually did it, and like she acted it out with her mouth.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. As a physical actor or whatever.
Yeah. Coming to take you away, Randy, for not putting this on your top 100.
It's not even. I mean, Friedkin has a few other films that totally blow it out of the water, like Cruising and Sorcerer, and
I've never seen any of those.
No,
they don't even sound like horror movies.
Right?
Cruising is sort of a horror movie. Sorcerer is not, though.
Go ahead, Scott.
Shit.
I really didn't say much about the movie. This whole thing was you saying, like, explaining why it's not on your list.
Well, we'll be talking about it again.
Yeah, but
we'll say.
Well, I don't know. There is. You seen the fucking deleted backwards spider scene?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That should have been cut out. It looks so stupid.
It does.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that. But.
And there's a lot of like, I don't know, silly, like the fucking herself at the cross thing.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. The first couple of times you see it, it's pretty effective, but then after that, it just becomes a laugh gag. You know, it's.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think what?
The fucking the cross is a laugh gag?
And it being a young girl doing that to herself?
It's silly to you. You're like,
what?
This is like every day for me. I fuck a cross.
It's like, what the hell,
I have a cross
Randy?
in my dick hole right now.
The mocking of religion is mostly just comical to me. It's not like... It's shocking for a lot of...
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
For, if your average fucking American watches The Exorcist and they're horrified because... They love the Jesus and all that stuff.
The Jesus.
Or whatever.
And I don't even look at it as I'm not offended or freaked out by the fact that it's mocking religion. I'm just freaked out the fact that it's a young girl and you see her doing this and there's blood just gushing.
Do you know what she did? Your cunting daughter?
For 1973, dude. That's a little bit too much edge on that. Get some cushions around it, bro.
William Friedkin has always been like really over the top with his violence and sexuality, and that it elevates him as a director for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's like not like even after 1980 and all that shit, it became kind of a norm. But like 1973, dude, I don't know. I'm giving it extra points just because it freaked people out back then.
Oh yeah,
so fucking closeted. And
go watch Cruising and see how you feel about The Exorcist after that.
Go ahead, Scott.
I will probably still like The Exorcist more, but my number 16 is Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4.
Your favorite one?
My favorite one.
I really thought that would have been in your top 10.
It got pushed out, just like you with Maniac. Like, it was one of those where I wanted it in my top 10. But
if somebody would have asked me to do this a few years ago, it probably would have been in my top 10.
Of all the Friday the 13th sequels, this one is, like, just the most fun, the most
It's
gratuitous,
just the best one out
the
of
most
all of
gory.
them. It's the best
Yeah.
Friday the 13th film in
And
general.
you get the final guy for once, which is, Tommy Jarvis. Just
it begins the whole
Jarvis
the
storyline.
trilogy.
which is which those three movies are in my top 4 for sure.
Savini had something to do with this?
Oh,
Yeah,
his
he did the
effects were all
effects.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
just this one and the first one.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he created Jason and he wanted to come back to destroy
So he made
Jason.
Tommy Jarvis an image of himself. Pretty
Basically,
much.
yeah, all of those masks
Yeah.
and stuff were
Yeah.
Savini masks.
Well, I'll say because I think even one of them looked like
Well, he
the
modeled
Crate Monster.
Tommy after his real life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was into that when he was a kid, but maybe.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was a famous Monsters kid, big time.
And there was like one of the masks that he had that looked like the Crate Monster from Creepshow. Mm-hmm. Like it just looked a lot like.
Oh
it.
yeah.
But yeah, this just has like all the extra nudity, the blood and gore, fucking Crispin Glover's dance. I mean, that's fucking brilliant.
What the fuck?
The loudest kissing in film history.
Yeah,
There was something about the song that he's dancing to, and what was the trivia? There was something.
I think it's
It was,
like a slowed down
AC/DC.
song.
Well, I think he was like they were dancing to AC/DC on set, and
Yeah.
they changed it to a slower song to make him look just fucking weird. If I remember correctly, it was
The
some
sound-
like heavy metal song.
The song that's playing in the film sounds like a song that's played at a slowed down pace or something.
Oh, okay. I
when-
remember.
And it sounds like it cuts off like right at the chorus.
It said my computer says that you're a dead fuck.
Oh, yeah.
There's some fun quotable lines throughout this movie. But,
That was really fun when you said that.
yeah, see.
I had a fucking great time just now.
Well, you have a great time anytime I'm around, Ken.
Fuck yeah.
Randy, what's your number 15?
Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Fuck you guys.
I mean, this is like the most hardcore horror fan I've ever met in my life, and I put mine at 21. I don't feel so bad. It's pretty sweet.
It's basically Carpenter's ode to giallos. It has a lot of those tropes, and he used a little bit of what he learned from seeing like Black Christmas and stuff. But
Scott,
Am I making noise? Sorry.
am I making noise by dragging my shirt across the microphone?
Well, it gave me more room in that goddamn table.
You don't get any room.
yeah, Randy's all stretched out already. He could be if he wanted to.
Asshole.
Could you announce a piss break next time? Hold on, let me pause it. Should I? No, just keep talking. Fuck him.
Fuck him. Yeah, I mean, everybody's seen Halloween. Everybody knows. We've talked about it a bunch of times. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
It sets up a lot
You can
of.
hear Scott piss.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. For the
Bonus feature. Keep going.
It sets up a lot of the like the tropes for slasher films. It's
Yeah.
one of the big slasher blueprint building block films or whatever. But it's Carpenter's ode to giallos. If you look at it the right way, he's killing young women. He's not wearing black gloves and using a fucking straight razor, but he still takes a lot of the style and stuff from the Italian films.
What doesn't work for me with Halloween is the ending. It's just I don't know, man. Like
He's the shape.
I know he's the shape, but
He's still just a guy, though.
I know he's like fucking. There's a whole thing like he was locked up since he was a kid. How does he know how to drive? And I guess they clear it up in the Curse of Michael Myers. God damn it, dude!
Sorry. Little late.
A little late now.
I forgot what I was fucking saying. Hold on.
The whole driving thing.
Oh yeah, there's like this thing. Like people are like, how is it was so big that they had you like put it in Curse of Michael Myers just to explain the first one.
Right.
Like, yeah, how does he know how to drive? He's been locked up since a kid.
Perhaps someone around here gave him lessons.
Okay.
Well,
You're fucking
that's
insane
Loomis.
crazy. Let's go outside and teach you to drive.
that's what Sam Loomis says.
Yep.
That's his explanation for it.
And that's in Curse of Michael Myers.
No, it's
Oh, he does it in the
That's
first
the very
one?
first
yeah,
film.
it's in the first one.
What does he say again?
He says
Someone must have taught him how to
perhaps
drive.
someone
Oh,
around
yeah.
here gave him lessons.
Okay, yeah, that's where that comes from. Because that, like, pointed that fucking minor flaw at the audience when he says that. And then so everyone's like, yeah, how does he know how to fucking drive?
If you want to talk about flaws in this movie, then let's talk about the fact that
There's palm trees in the background with regular
well, I mean,
leaves
they
on the
fil-
ground.
it's-
I'm not
they
talking
fil-
about that. I'm
they
talking
filmed
about
it in the
a
springtime.
continuity error. Well, not only that, but they filmed it in fucking California.
Yeah,
It's
when
supposed to be in Illinois.
Yeah, oh, Haddonfield, yeah.
But the continuity error, and maybe this is intentional. Maybe it's okay. So the first view of Michael after he breaks out of the institution